are online today, right? Hi, everyone who joined us on this live stream. Super excited to see everyone, and also a huge thank you to all of our special guests for making the time to join us today. And especially during this super busy Token 2049 and blockchain season, and to make time to discuss about the how we actually tackle the global issues by leveraging the innovation of blockchain technology. So I'm Rachel, I'm your host today. I'm also super excited that there will also be a co-host. And also we have some of the most amazing panelists who will join us shortly during this live stream. But before we dive deeper into the discussion, I'd like to bring to your attention that actually Bybit hosts one of the most amazing and prestigious trading competition that we call it WSOT. We see WSOT beyond just a trading competition. It's actually a convergence of the entire ecosystem where the collection of efforts and also every participant makes the wave stronger and creating an epicenter of the growth as a whole. And this year, we're super proud to announce that as a part of the eventual WSOT prize pool, along with the additional contribution from Bybit, there's actually a total of 75 ETH that we'll use to sponsor the Ethereum First Hackathon, which is the hackathon that is hosted by ImmuneFly, and also Ethereum Foundation, dedicated to nurturing and supporting the Ethereum ecosystem public good initiative. Yeah, okay, first of all, I'd like to introduce our co-host today. We got TY from Blockchain for the Good Alliance. Hey, TY, do you mind to give us a little bit introduction?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is TY from the BGA, the Blockchain Good Alliance. So the BGA is actually the global non-profit organization, which is supported by Bybit and also our community partners worldwide as well. So we are really dedicated to the supporting the blockchain initiative and also driving the social impact sustainability worldwide as well. So for the BGA itself, we have four major pillars. One is a project incubation. Second one is like a global hackathon. And also we have a Web3 key funds and to support the project. And the last one is the Web3 Oscars. So to finalize this year, 2024, we are going to host our first global Finaria hackathons and also in the DevCon in Bangkok this year, November 2024. So we are going to welcome and also invite all of our partners, speakers to showcase their incubated projects and also to have a panel discussion as well. So for more details, please join us and also visit our website, blockchainforgood.xyz. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. I think that's a great introduction.
Yeah.
Actually summarized a lot as well. And of course, if you guys have a question, just let us know. But yeah, thank you so much for the introduction. And I'm so excited to be hosting this whole live stream for the next 60 minutes with you. Yeah, so I would like to bring the first guest for introduction. So for the first one, I would like to introduce Jakob from Tricomas. Do we have him online? Yes, we do. Oh, great.
Hi, Rachel. Hi.
Great. Hi, do you mind to share a bit of yourself and what does Tricomas does in general?
Yeah, sure. I would love to. So, hello, everyone, and thank you very much for having me here. My name is Yakov Lebedev, and I'm from Tricomas, which is the leading trade automation and cross-exchange asset management platform in crypto and blockchain space. And basically what we do is we help professional traders as well as asset managers and other institutional investors to seamlessly manage their funds and trade on multiple accounts across multiple crypto exchanges. And as for myself, I have 17 years of experience in the financial industry and specifically within the trading technology space. I worked for the largest TradFi exchanges, and then 5 years ago I moved to the crypto and blockchain industry, and I absolutely love it. I worked at some of the largest crypto exchanges, and now I'm with the Tricomas amazing team.
Great. Thank you so much for the introduction. 17 years in trading experience. I think, guys, you need to pay attention to what Jakob had to say. Yeah. Yeah, great. I think TY, do you want to do a little bit introduction of the rest of the guests as well?
Yeah, sure, no problem. So today we're also going to have like Victor from Academy Lab with us today. So Victor, please do a short introduction for us as well.
Hey everyone, thanks for having us first and foremost. My name is Victor Rozanov and I'm the Chief Business Officer at Academics Labs. I'm a former investment banker out of London. I was an investment banker for about a decade and I transitioned into Web3 at the start of 2020. Well, Academics Lab is actually based in Singapore as well, with a very wide Asia-Pacific focus, but also quite big international aspirations. We're positioning ourselves as an educational enabler with the highest quality of content and a current user base of around 100,000 users. We normally have about 7,000 to 8,000 daily active users, and the project is nearing its TG and centralized exchange listings towards the end of Q4 this year, with a few other pipeline projects to supplement Academics Labs in general. So yeah, I've been involved with the project for the last 6 or 7 months, and we're very, very excited about what the future holds for Academics Labs.
That's good. Okay, so Austin, thanks for your introduction. So next we are going to have like Clayman from the Clayman from like My Lovely Planning. Clayman, tell us about your little story and also the project you are representing.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Very glad to be here with you all. So I'm Clément from My Lovely Planet, and I'm the CEO and founder of My Lovely Planet. Before that, I created also Lilo.org, which is a search engine that finances social and environmental NGOs. And so we've managed to donate more than 5 million euros to thousands of NGOs across the world. And for My Lovely Planet, it's a mobile game that helps protect the environment with a very simple idea. It's when you plant trees in the game, we are planting trees in the real world. We have currently 200,000 monthly active users on our beta. We are going to release our hard launch of the game this year. We are going to integrate our token, the My Lovely Coin, within the game. And we also have, so this My Lovely Coin, we also have an environmental treasury so we are using the blockchain technology to help protect the environment, and we want to create one of the biggest funds for environmental protection thanks to blockchain.
Okay, great. So I personally actually quite love the My Lovely Planning. We want to dig more into the details after that. Okay, so next we are going to have like Leo from Phison as our guest. So hi Leo, can you please walk us through a little bit about Phison as well, and also your short introduction?
Yeah, hi everyone. Very happy to be with you all here. I'm the founder and CEO of Phison. Our key product is the Phison Super App, which is a crypto payment consumer app. We currently have more than 350,000 users with 30,000 monthly active users who are using the app for everyday transaction with crypto. So they can buy crypto with bank transfer. They can make real-world payments seamlessly using crypto through QR code scanning, from buying a cup of coffee, noodles from a street food vendor, or a motorbike. And they can also top up phone, purchase gift card from 4,000 brands. And we are continuously working hard to add more features, including the ability to book 2.5 million hotels, 200 airlines, and global eSIM services by the end of the year. And about myself, I have 9 years of experience in blockchain and crypto, along with 16 years as an entrepreneur. And I have successfully assisted 2 startups and also co-founded a software as a service company operating in the United States, which now hold 80% of the market share, serving top real estate clients such as Berkshire Hathaway, Century 21, Keller Williams, etc. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, good. So Leo, thanks for your introduction. I personally went to Vietnam before and using your application.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. So booking the hotel and also paying some things using the crypto. It's very cool.
Very fun. Yeah, very fun.
Okay, so next we are going to have our honored guest, James from the Ethereum Foundation with us today. So James, please give us a little bit about your introduction, and also maybe you can also give us a little sneak peek about the upcoming project you are working on, if there's any.
Hi, James.
Hey, James.
I think
we can hear you.
You're muted.
I'm muted. Sorry about that. Hi, nice to meet you all. I'm James. I work at the Ethereum Foundation. I work across a range of projects, so staking research to working with some of the zero knowledge teams and account abstraction. So I sometimes write easy EIP explainers through to working on grant projects of identifying opportunities that we should fund in the ecosystem.
Okay, great. Thanks for James for the introduction. So Ethereum Foundation is always a really respectful foundation, building since a long time ago until now. So last but not least, we also have Adrian from Emulify with us today. So Adrian, please do share a little bit about yourself and the project you are representing.
Hello, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. My name is Adrian. I'm the head of the triaging team at the Emulify. And for those who don't know, Emulify is the largest Web3 bug bounty platform and the second largest bug bounty platform in the world. We recently surpassed $100 million in payment to the White Hats. We host over 350 customers currently live on our platform. We managed to save in total losses at least $25 billion. So yeah, it's exciting industry, exciting company, and yeah, it's always a pleasure to see how what we do at Emulify help make the Web3 space more secure and safe.
Okay, that's good. So Rachel?
Yeah, great. I think the introduction is awesome, guys. I learned so much. It's just the introduction alone. Personally, I mean, it's great to have everyone online. Perhaps we can share more during this live stream. But before we dive deeper into it, I would just like to give a little bit of the introduction of some of the giveaway that we are going to give out to all of our live streamers online with us and also our viewers as well. So yeah, before we dive deeper into the topic, I'd like to shout out that we're actually giving away $500 worth of USDT prize pool, and all you guys have to do is to sign up for a Bybit account, complete a short form on this page, and vote based on the outline that we have it on our page itself, and stand a chance to win from a $150,000 prize pool. Additionally, for every 5,000 viewers on this live stream, we are going to airdrop $100 worth of USDT in tokens, and also a total of $300 worth of USDT you can win from, and all the way until we reach 15,000 views throughout this live stream. Yeah, so keep watching, and remember to share this live stream with your friends and your family, and on your social media as well. Yeah, so all right, let's just jump right into it. So today we are going to focus on how blockchain can actually stand up to tackle some of the biggest global issues, whether it's empowering marginalized community, boosting global connectivity and collaboration, creating real-world impact, or driving social change, and so much more. So, and to keep things a little bit more fun and interactive, we actually did a poll online previously.
Yep.
And we'll be diving into some of the topics based on the poll results that you guys sent in through our social media. So let's get into it. Yeah, I think the first one is when we talk about like empowering communities with blockchain, whether it's to empower individuals and community with tools to enhance autonomy, decision-making power, or access to resources. What do you guys think blockchain has helped to redistribute wealth in under-reserved regions? I think, can we start off with Yakov? Can you share a little bit of the insights with us?
Yeah, absolutely, Rachel. Thank you very much. This is very important question. So as a person with a traditional financial background, I know very well that traditional financial systems often exclude marginalized populations, especially in regions where banking infrastructure is weak or non-existent. And with blockchain, individuals in underserved areas can really access financial services like savings, like loans, investments, without needing a traditional bank. And that really lowers the barriers to entry for wealth creation. It's been a slower process than we had hoped. But where we're seeing a lot of progress is in trade and commerce. And with DeFi and cryptocurrencies, the proven concept of microloans has really accelerated and made it even easier for people to start small businesses, for instance, that would never have gotten off the ground if they had to apply for traditional bank loan. And another notable use case is the ability to send remittances across borders at a fraction of of the cost, which enables families to receive more funds directly rather than losing significant amounts to fees. And in addition, yield farming and staking, I would say they provide really great opportunities for passive income, allowing users to earn interest on their holdings, even in communities that really have historically lacked access to traditional investment opportunities. So we can see a wider adoption now of that as well. And yeah, I think these things are really empowering people with new tools to manage their finances and accumulate wealth and participate in global economies on their own terms, breaking the cycles of poverty often perpetuated by inaccessible or even predatory financial systems. Yep.
Yeah, great. I totally agree. You know what? What's really interesting is that when we do a poll on our social media on Twitter, so the question was, what has been the biggest benefit of DeFi for under-reserved communities? And the most voted by our community is that earning passive income through staking and yield farming is highly voted. It's exactly what you have just shared. So I don't know what about the rest of the panelists think, but maybe James, do you agree or disagree, and why?
I totally disagree that staking causing a passive income is the major unlock just to spice things up. But also, I think it's remittances abroad, people sending money abroad. Most people in marginalized communities don't have the money to take the volatility of the situation. And if you overlap countries with the largest inflation and stablecoin usage, you can see a nice synergy there as well. You can take Argentina is a good example where you could only save a certain amount in US dollars. Stablecoins was a way around that rule. And you're also seeing in Mexico, I think almost 35% of remittances are now sent over blockchain technology. And I think that's the biggest use case at the moment. And stablecoins is probably blockchain's Trojan horse to mass adoption, in my opinion.
Okay. Yes, I think very different opinion over here, but maybe our viewers can also comment in the chat box and let us know what do you think as well. Yeah, right. Okay, great. So maybe the next question is more for you, James. Maybe you can share some insights. So can you just share some of the successful case study where blockchain has provided marginalized community with access to essential service like banking, identity verification, or land ownership?
I'm going to give an example that has a slight twist to your question. There's a project called Anon-Aadhaar, and in India you have an online identity called Aadhaar, and when you give this over, you can actually read somebody's entire profile and give them all of their identity, whereas Anon-Aadhaar is a zero-knowledge project that essentially helps you say, I prove who I am, but I don't want to give you everything, and I want to redact some of it. So actually there's a really good privacy angle to a lot of blockchain where you can redact and keep private and prove who you are without giving away all of this information that companies want to mine. And I think that's an interesting use case we have there. I've only seen some stuff like the University of Texas actually created digital IDs for homeless so that the homeless people get healthcare. And I think that's a really good use case as well.
Okay, great. That's I learned something new, honestly. I've learned something new from you. I guess I hope everyone learned something as well. So again, guys, if you guys have any question, please drop it in the chat box. We'll try to answer them as much as possible. But next, we'd like to talk about like bridging the gaps across distances. How do you guys think blockchain technology has actually helped to facilitate some of this cross-border transaction, particularly in developing countries? But maybe let's just start with Leo. Can you share some insights and also some examples with us?
Yeah, so Yakov and James already mentioned many ways people can benefit from using blockchain. But yeah, of course, we all know that crypto is highly cost effective for cross-border transaction and remittance, but it has not been adopted very well. I think a main reason is still user experience. For example, if you send USDT back to your home country, to your mom, you would expect her to open an exchange account, to complete the KYC, and make an order to sell crypto to fiat. No, that's too complicated for an old lady. So with Phison, we try to solve this problem by allowing any mom to easily spend crypto on everything she needs or cash out fiat in her bank account in less than a minute. And yeah, so while blockchain can help bridge the gap across distances, technology alone is not enough. I think an user-friendly consumer-facing app is crucial for mass adoption. And yeah, so beyond remittance, DeFi, RWA, I also think that investment in Web3 companies also offers significant opportunities for people in developing countries by providing them with greater access to global financial services, helping them to achieve financial freedom. Yeah, and I believe blockchain technology can help flatten the world, bringing more opportunities to people everywhere, not just in developing countries.
Yeah, great. I think that's a very great insights. I think all of you guys share very, very broad kind of insights. And yeah, great. I just got a memo. We are going to maybe to give away rate packets as well. But anyways, just a reminder for those who have just joined us, we actually have a $500 USDT in prizes waiting for you. So make sure you actually sign up and enter the voting giveaway form, and then also share this live stream with your friends and your family. The more that you share, the more opportunities that we are actually going to give out the rate packet where you can unlock and walk away with USDT. So yeah, I'd like to continue with the conversation earlier as well. So as much as, you know, like technology right now is actually advancing, but unfortunately we still see a lot more of like destruction and diseases that is happening, what is fraud as well. So with all of this like donations and aid that crypto exchanges actually raise to support like underprivileged countries, for example, actually Bybit supported like UNICEF to provide equal access to education and also underprivileged countries. But in what other ways can blockchain be used to support international crises, like maybe in the humanitarian aspect? Yeah, I think maybe Clement, what do you think? Can you share some insights?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I think it's a very, very interesting question. And this is where blockchain can really step up and help a lot of people, because I've been working with hundreds and thousands of NGOs. We've been raising millions of dollars for them. And one of the key issues is transparency, tracking on the funds, transparency, because it's really important for donators, you know, to have this kind of trust. And this is very important. And this is obviously where blockchain can really help, because it can help for transparency, for tracking funds, for coordination. So it's very, very important. And I think there are lots of things to do in that topic. So this is some of what we are going to try to do also. We have with our tree planting, social programs, but I think a lot of actors have a lot to do also with the blockchain, implementing the blockchain technologies right on the field to be more transparent and to help the donators to have a more direct, you know, view of what their funds are being used.
Great. Yes, that's actually great. You know what? I never knew like planting trees can actually do so much. Well, now that I know, I think, you know what? I'll change all my plan. I'll just go to my lovely planet, start planting trees.
Have you seen the I don't know what the project is called, but the people in Latin America can take pictures, and if they preserve the trees, they get paid to preserve the trees, and they get paid by uploading pictures and stuff. I don't know what it's called, but have you seen that? Is that taking off? Is that successful?
No, I'm not aware of this project, but I will look into it. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Oh, James, can you share more about that? Actually,
I actually was only told about it the other day, and I can't remember the name of it, but I can try and dig it out. But essentially, with all the trees being destroyed, and it's within the community's benefit to take the revenue from chopping the tree down and selling it. Whereas there's a blockchain project where they upload it and they can attest that the tree is still there, and then they get payment for actually keeping the tree alive.
right. Great. Yes. I mean, thanks for sharing. You guys, if you guys can help us out to find out what project it is, can also comment in the chat box below as well. But yeah, I think just a quick reminder for those who have just joined us again, we have like a $500 worth of prizes waiting for you. So all you have to do is just follow the steps in the live stream itself. At the bottom, we actually give out the step-by-steps, and also just fill in a form, and you can actually walk away something. Right. So, but don't forget to actually share this live stream. The more you share, the more rewards we are going to give out. So keep watching and share the live stream and help us to reach like 15,000 views to unlock all $300 worth of USDT. Yeah, great. Yeah, can we take a pause to actually look at some of the questions in the chat box? Do we have any questions? Yes. Just give us a second. We'll take a look.
There's a lot of fires and love in there. I will agree with that.
Great. So yes, there's actually a question from Connor. So what do you see as the biggest societal barriers to blockchain adoption? Yes, that's one of the big question. Does anyone want to answer this? Yeah.
It could be answered in many different ways, but my take would be, let's take product passports, which is an environmental situation. You can prove where it came from, how transparent the company is, of where their T-shirt was made, for example. The barrier there is the company doesn't want to be entirely transparent about their process and doesn't want to be entirely transparent about how it's made and reveal trade secrets and things like this. So while the technology is there, actually the biggest issue is the same, that there's trade secrets maybe they don't want to give away or don't want to tell everybody exactly what's happening with that product. So they have a reason not to be totally transparent. And this is where maybe regulation has to step in and make that happen.
Okay, great. That's a great answer. The second question, I think someone also asked, what is the most urgent global issues that blockchain or Web3 can positively impact the community, and how we can actually help? I think that's the question, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, maybe Victor, do you want to chime in?
Yeah, sure. Well, one of the major things that blockchain can really help us with, I think, is identity fraud and identity theft, which, it's a big issue, especially like I live in the UK, and it's one of the biggest issues that we have security-wise. So yeah, I do think that with blockchain we can really avoid this. I personally I had my identity stolen like 3 or 4 times over the last 3 years, which is crazy. So yeah, probably utilizing Web3 and blockchain to securely store people's identity and transfer it to banks, institutions, etc. I think this would really revolutionize how much fraud happens, and at the same time, how secure people feel about their money, which will also help with adoption. Just going back to what James said, I think one of the biggest challenges currently is because people don't understand blockchain. People connect blockchain to cryptocurrency, and cryptocurrency is generally a small fragment of what the blockchain world and the blockchain field actually represents. So if we're able to give people real world problem solutions in a very simplified way that my parents who are in their 60s, or someone that is really not very tech oriented can understand, I think we're on the money here with adoption and with solving real issues within the space.
And if I can add something to that, and Victor, I totally agree with you. Mostly talking from regarding the first question that was asked, from my perspective, from the security perspective, all the social engineering that is happening, all the different phishing attempts that are happening to just lure someone to spend their money, for someone to actually get hurt and lose their money because of some different crypto scams. I feel like this is something that can hold off the adoption of the blockchain technology in general, because as Victor said, currently blockchain and crypto in global view is synonymous. Of course, we know that it isn't, and we're doing everything that we can to show that blockchain technology is something different from the crypto itself. But many people are just getting know the blockchain through the crypto itself, because money aspect is something easy to explain to different people, and people can actually intuitively know about this, that they are in control of their money. But as they're in control of the money, it is easy for them to also lose that control through some different scams, for different get quick rich schemes, etc. And what we as Immunify are trying to do, apart from just bringing that security knowledge to more crypto projects, so projects from very beginning are more secure, and people are white hats and different gray hats can have a way to actually submit some vulnerabilities to in a secure manner to help secure the projects, can actually also help with that. But of course, that's like only a small drop in the whole ocean of different scams that are happening, that people are being targeted. And I feel like this issue won't be solved completely ever, as it was the case with the internet itself. There are still many different internet scams out there, but that got adoption. If we can get past that and people will start understand that blockchain is more than just crypto, then we may see more global adoption.
Yeah, I want to echo this as well, because I'm in Mars. I mean, since I'm doing the blockchain works for like many years, and my mom is always talking about, oh, don't be the scammer, TY. We don't understand what you are doing right now, and because that's a really, I mean, a lot of the barriers, and also no one understands what we are doing, and a lot of news, and also about the blockchain from the perspective from the public, they also think that it's very, very close to financial things, and you guys look like scammer. So I think that is the purpose why we are doing this episode. I'm also trying to broadcast that what kind of the blockchain technology can really, really contribute to a society and also make the social impact.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree with everything that you guys said. To be honest, it's so insightful. But I think now I would like to pass my time to my co-host.
Yep.
Yeah, so TY will be hosting the next two sections.
All right.
It's live stream, yeah.
All right, that's good. So, okay, let's come into the second part of the discussion. So, transforming realities and also nurturing the social impact. I believe that probably maybe 2 years ago, metaverse was very, very popular among the world. Even my mom knows about the metaverse. And also some of the VR technology is really, really benefits to the world as well. Like Bybit is supporting the children's digital education with the United Nations in Vietnam. And also in Singapore, like Singapore Airlines, they are using the virtual reality to train those kind of aerospace technicians. But what else? How have virtual reality benefits to the real world? So let's start with Victor from Dami Labs. Victor, could you share with us about your insight to our audience?
Yeah, sure. Well, 100%. Thank you very much for the question. You are correct. 2 years ago, which was also the NFT summer, when NFTs were popping left, right, and center, and people were actually making money out of them. They were useful. The metaverse was pretty good. I also vividly remember VR being a mainstay in kind of sci-fi movies and everything. When I was growing up as a kid, it really seemed like this really distant thing where it's quite amazing that it's actually firmly part of our reality at the moment. What I think is it really transformed learning and education, which obviously is what we at Academics Lab specialize in, but also remote collaboration. It enables cross-border working as if all parties are physically together. We all, or at least most of us, felt a certain way about Zoom calls. I personally absolutely hate them, and I will continue to probably hate them. But they were the first step towards that borderless collaborative movement. But I do feel that virtual reality has even further changed the game. You can, quote unquote, sit together and work with someone that's 1,000 miles away, as if they're right next to you. It really translates into the entertainment, the pure social aspect of life. And I'm super certain that it will be, you'll start to feel a lot different. Like, you'll be able to generally feel someone as they're right next to you as part of the virtual reality in near future. Well, that being said, it all ties perfectly with education and learning. During COVID, we all saw that a lot of people really struggled with remote learning, mainly because of lack of IRL interactions and, issues with focus. So working in a team, people were lacking that normal interaction. I do feel that virtual reality will completely change this, and we will be able to experience first class IRL level of learning and education in many, if not in all disciplines through VR.
Mm-hmm. I think yes, because I think one of my friends is actually the doctor, so they are using the virtual reality and to simulate the operating the entire surgery as well, and with the doctor from the United States as well. So I think that is something that without the virtual reality we are not able to do it physically. So I think the virtual reality, the VR technology is pretty outstanding, and also access to the Web2 people right now. All right, so the second question is, how is the blockchain being tackled to the climate issues and also support the sustainable practice as well? I understand that there's some blockchain projects that are working on the carbon credits and also in the blockchain networks. But how about others? I want to understand maybe climate. I think you are the best person to answer this kind of question. Can you share with us your insights?
Yes, absolutely. So great question. And I have to say blockchain can do so much concerning climate change and climate issues and also pollutions. So for example, what we're trying to do at My Little Planet is we're trying to gather one of the biggest community for the protection of the environment. Our goal is to gather 100 million people all around the world, thanks to blockchain technologies. So what we are doing is that we are creating products that are generating money. So mobile gaming is one of the products we are going to create, but we have other products in line. So for example, ethical brands. So they are generating money. Then this money is used, and then we have created cryptocurrency, the My Lovely Coin, on the Polygon blockchain. And what we want to do is that we re-inject the money generated from the businesses to the crypto. And the last step is that we have 30% of our cryptocurrency, of the My Lovely Coin, that is going to be put in an environmental treasury. And we are going to create a DAO to handle this environmental treasury. And our objective is to create one of the biggest communities for environmental protection that is going to manage with the DAO one of the biggest funds for environmental protection. And with that, we can redirect funds for reforestation, for helping protect biodiversity, for depollution of the oceans. And this can be very, very powerful because we are solving different problems at the same time, thanks to blockchain technologies, which is, first of all, the funding, which is one of the main issues. And second of all, is the transparency, the tracking of your actions, and then how the community can also understand what they are doing and can also have feedback about these actions. And our goal is to plant 1 billion trees by 2030 and to help clean 1 million tons of waste from the oceans. And yes, and I can tell you, like, these kind of actions, we can, like, trees are absolutely amazing. Like, for example, there has been one studies that have been published in Nature, so one of the major scientific journal, and they say that trees and reforestation can help capture more than 400 gigaton of carbon, so which is absolutely huge. It's like 1/3 of what we've all produced since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. So yeah, it can be, blockchain technology can be used as very, very powerful weapon to help solve climate change.
Yeah, so fantastic. I think welcome everyone to join the climate and also to using the My Lovely Plants and to plant a tree and to use the blockchain to protect the entire societies.
Yeah, I think it's also very ambitious.
Yeah.
Like 1 billion trees.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a lot. I think in a comment, someone also said that it's very interesting insights, guys. We can really feel your passion for creating real world impact with blockchain. I think people are feeling our conversation here. So yeah.
That's good. So let's move to the next questions. The next question is, beyond the technologies, how have the blockchain driven the social impact and also the community building being incorporated into your project or initiative? Maybe let's start with James to answer this question. James, the floor is yours.
And sorry, the question was blockchain-driven social impact and community building.
Yeah, that's right.
We support a lot of communities, and we try to support lots of education. I would say we've started moving away from that, though, because we found it more effective to focus on some of the more technical research, to be honest with you. While I think some of the communities are important, the use cases are still being built out. It's still extremely early. So we've seen a definite turn in funding going towards more technical research. In terms of some interesting projects, like ETHSIM, I think is super interesting. This is a physical SIM card which has a cold hardware wallet inside it. So anyone around the world, and I can't remember who made the point, but UNICEF send around $800 million around the globe every year, and they can't have a good way of that money not being intercepted. Blockchain helps with that, for example, and that's a really big social impact that someone in a refugee camp can access a SIM card and then access funds on that SIM card without it being interacted with by anybody else. So I think there's some extremely good uses like that are being built out, but they're not quite there yet.
It's very interesting. So the other question, I think the same question I want to ask our security expert, Adrian. So Adrian, can you share with us a little bit more about the social impact and also the community building problems, and also how do you tackle these kind of things using the blockchains?
Yeah, of course. From the security perspective, I mean, we have many different ways how communities actually build around a project. So from the experience, in terms of the bug bounties, if a project is responsive and is treating the white hat community, the security community around that project really well, meaning that they respond to their questions, they answer anything, they're not misbehaving in terms of not wanting to pay for the bounties, things like that, then that community can actually thrive. And we saw that on multiple occasions with different projects where white hats were more encouraged to submit more bugs to a certain program because they knew that something big was paid out recently. And we've seen that many times. And that can, of course, make your project more secure, but also sends a really strong signal to your community that, hey, we're taking our project seriously and we're taking your work seriously of making our product more secure, because that's all what it is about. Because if a project goes down, if there is a security hole that was undiscovered, not patched, or somebody just wave a hand at that, then we've seen that multiple times that after one hack, project usually within like 6 to 9 months is already gone. So building that strong security community is really important. Another way of actually doing that is through the audit competitions. So you just invite as many people as possible. You tell them that, like, hey, if you break our protocol, you find any vulnerabilities, here's our rules how to do that. We set aside a money pot that rewards will be distributed from. And then it just like lasts, for example, between like 2 weeks to 4 weeks, and many people from different how do I say that different expertise levels can actually participate in that, from very juniors and novice people to very elite white hats submit their submissions to a project, making that project actually more secure, because by that you're just spending money on security in very novel way, and by doing that, people get to know your product code, get to know how you're behaving in terms of interacting with them, and they can trust you later on that, okay, they actually ran this audit competition, they did do everything right, they paid out what they said to be paid out, I know their product really well, and now let me just, after they launch on the mainnet, let me just check how they're doing, if I can find anything else, and people are more encouraged to actually submit more bugs to them. Again, the end goal being raising the security of the project, because as with everything in Web3, if you get hacked, as I told before, there is really high chances that your project will simply go down. And there is no other way of saying that. That's why security is so important and should be the core of every project development.
Yeah, I think that the audit challenge competition and also the bounty platform is actually a very classic example for using the decentralized way and to protect and also improve the efficiency about your works, and also to improve the security as well. So thank you so much, Adrian, James, Clement, and Victor. So for sharing this kind of the variable insights, and also I have been enlightened to hear your perspective on it as well. So we are very excited to shift the gears and also move to our particular part of our events, the giveaway. I will pass it over to my co-host Rachel, so those who will guide to us about this exciting giveaway. Actually, Rachel, over to you.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. I think again, it's very insightful. I think our chat box is full of burning questions. I think we'll go through the Q&A later. But before that, I just want to say that everyone online is really enthusiastic, and we are seeing almost 10K viewers on the line, I think. 10.2K. That's actually a lot of viewers online with us. So we are going to give out the Red packet, and all you have to do is just to sign up for a Bybit account, and then share this live stream, and then get to win $300 USDT worth of Red packet. So additionally, everyone will also stand a chance to win a lucky draw when you vote by filling out the form below, and then you get to walk away with something. So why not, right? It's a celebration for learning and also getting prizes as well. So maybe I'll pass back the time to TY to continue with the discussion.
Yeah, so we did the poll question on LinkedIn and also Twitter recently. So there's one particularly that everyone wants to know. So the poll question is that what do you consider the most socially impact of the rise of the blockchain and Web3 technologies? And the answer, I think there's a 58% of the user vote for the option A on Twitter. So the A is financial inclusion through DeFi. So with that in mind, James, do you have any takeaway on this?
Shockingly, I broadly agree with this. I would say, with one caveat, it's more financial sovereignty in terms of you're in charge of your own money, rather than having to place it in the trust of someone else. DeFi could unlock a lot more, I think, in the future. There are some parts of DeFi I think are excellent, some parts that users need to be really wary of and have been caught out in the past. But overall, it's an under-leveraged part, unlike traditional banking. So I think we can definitely see, and back in 2020, I was taking out self-paying loans with liquid staking tokens and things like this, and I think there's a lot of more creativity that can come from it too. So I think I broadly agree with the audience there. But I'd love to know what other people think too.
I used to work on a Wall Street bank, and I couldn't agree more with this. I remember because I used to work on a trading floor. Like, I worked for Jefferies International, just plugging them in here, for the 4th largest investment bank in the world. And I worked on the trading floor, and when Bitcoin started to pop around $3,000, pop back in the day, I remember our HR department did not let us speak about Bitcoin openly on the trading floor. It's how bad everyone thought about it. You were talking, Bitcoin was like a running joke on every Wall Street bank's investment floor. And look where it is right now. I listened to everyone on the floor saying, don't touch this thing. It's the worst decision I've ever made in my life. So yeah, I couldn't agree more on a fundamental level.
Right. I think, do you agree, Yakov?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm on the financial side of this, talk, and although there were so many exciting aspects mentioned today, like education, environment protection, and digital identity verification, but I'm still on the finance side, so I totally agree with this. This is very important.
Yeah, I think for the decentralized financial application is really useful in the real world as well. Since that because I travel around the world, and I think I still remember, I mean, when I was in Africa and also Latin America, I really see that the people, they are using the decentralized finance, especially for the stable coin to go through the cross-border payment transaction. Because that the traditionally, I think the cross-border payment is very, very, very costly and expensive, and also very time-consuming as well. So I think using the stablecoin, I think right away they can use the stablecoin and transfer the money through the blockchain into their home country, and the parents receive it right away as well. I think I totally agree that I think the decentralized finance application is the most outstanding application so far in the Web3 technologies. All right, so now shifting from the past to the future. So blockchain is also paving the way for the new trends that will impact the industry and also the societies worldwide. So we are already seeing a lot of the decentralized application. They are rising, like NLP, like decentralized governance, and also others innovative use cases. So looking ahead, what emerging blockchain trends will shape the futures and how? I would like to bring in Yogov and to share his fascinating perspective on this topic. Yogov, the floor is yours.
Well, that's probably a segue from what we just have discussed. Yeah, my personal perspective is really shifted towards crypto and finance and financial part of the blockchain world. Although there are a lot of exciting use cases, and I think that no one should underestimate how important all these areas that we've mentioned today for the everyday life of millions of people already, and the adoption will grow. However, from my perspective, I think one of the most significant shifts in my particular zone of interest in the crypto and financial world is that uh, we are witnessing the blockchain space is being in the transition phase from retail-driven market, if I may say, to an institutional-driven market, which is very unusual thing to happen, because if you look at other financial markets, traditional financial markets, it always went from top down, first being adopted by institutions and then becoming accessible to retail users. And this is absolutely opposite case for crypto and blockchain. And I think there will be a lot of changes and a lot of effort in nearest future. And basically blockchain will become a mainstream part of the global financial system. Um, and yeah, I think this shift signals the maturation of industry, and this will really shape the future in many aspects. I also think there's big story which is still yet to explore is tokenization of real world assets that will allow fractional ownership of traditional assets and bring some liquidity where it haven't been before. But yet there's still product market fit to be found here. And last but obviously not least, we will definitely see a lot of exciting things happening in the fusion of blockchain with artificial intelligence, with AI things soon. Not yet here in place. At least I don't see any really exciting projects happening. Maybe James can share something from his point of view, but there will be a lot of projects that will really change the industry for sure.
All right, so great insight, Yogov. I think we learned a lot your insightful opinions today. So the blockchain potentials to reshape the industry is undeniable, actually. So, but for the truly drive, I think still right now needs to be a little bit, I mean, collective mental shift away from the understanding to enhance the decentralized as well. So I think the educating the public and also addressing the barriers to the mass adoption are the key elements. So in these transformations, so from your opinions, what are the most effective strategies for educating the public on the blockchain's benefits? I think now maybe Victor, what's your view on this?
Thank you again for the great question. Just to really quickly pour into what Yakov said, I completely agree. It's probably the first time in financial markets, so to speak, where things have been kind of reverse engineered. We didn't start from, institutions adopting and then the public catching up at one point. It's the other way around, which also brings me to the point where I do think that, for starters, we need to educate people what blockchain truly is. We all adopted crypto through the blockchain, generally through cryptocurrency. The mainstream public still gets very easily confused when you mention the words Web3 and blockchain. Their instant reaction is something along the lines of, oh, that's that Bitcoin thing, right? And it truly is the main reaction you get from most people, which is true to a degree, obviously. But cryptocurrency is but a fragment, as I said earlier, of what the blockchain world has to offer. I think we need to just simplify the concept for mass adoption. The simpler it is, the easier people are going to adopt it. Especially all of us here that live and breathe blockchain, we all think that Web3 is kind of the center of everything. It's the most important thing in the world, and it's mostly, as I said, because we live and breathe Web3. Just to paint a little bit of a picture, the crypto market is roughly 2.5% the size of the stock market in general. Just comparing sizes here. The crypto market alone is now smaller or roughly the size of what Apple is as a company, which is, it's an insane statistic. Society would really benefit with sort of a, blockchain for dummies sort of campaign. I'm generally not calling people dumb, but, that kind of a simple solution. Just breaking down what the technology means, what it could offer in very simple real world examples. Because, it's easier. The easiest way of adoption is when you tell people what problems a product or technology, whatever it is, solves. Focus on highlighting the benefits, not only the financial investor side of the space, because it does frighten some people that don't have a high financial literacy. Make the platforms a lot more user-friendly. A majority of blockchain or like Web3 apps and platforms are very advanced in their UI, UX. It's very hard for people that are first getting into the industry to understand them. And I continue to hear people say, well, that's not Web3 enough, which I think, I get it to a degree, but at the same time is not the right approach. I think that instead of excluding people that are not part of the Web3 community and like really making it complicated for them and pointing the finger, oh, you are not Web3 enough, we should just be bringing everyone along for the journey. We should be making it as simple and as easy to adopt as possible. Because again, if we really want to make blockchain and crypto a mainstay within society and change people's perception of, oh, are you one of those scamming guys, as one of you said earlier on the stream? Because I've gotten the same question, but my family asked me, what do you got? What do you do? And I'm in crypto. Are you in a Ponzi scheme? This is one of the first questions. In order for people to not get those questions, we really need to make sure that it's easy for them to understand it. All of us working in blockchain, yes, there's a financial market side, but at the same time, it's just the advancement of technology. Same as Web2, the dot-com bubble was the start of Web2. We're now just transitioning into the next phase. It's part of life and it's part of innovation. So we really need to focus on educating people with this.
Yeah, I think one of the key, the very classic cases is that I think 2 years ago, there's an application called Steppen. So the people can just, even my mom asked me to install these apps to his iPhone, and he started to exercise every single day and to run. My mom, why so healthy? So
just
I think that's
a little bit. Sorry, I keep running my mouth, but so I'm natively Bulgarian. I'm from Eastern Europe, so Every single one of you that knows about crypto scams, the biggest Ponzi scheme was OneCoin, which is Bulgarian. You know, the guys behind it were Bulgarian. So to this very day, I've given both my parents like crypto.com, and like I know we shouldn't advertise the competition. I know. Sorry. I've given them crypto cards for them to use in shops. To this very day, they've been using it for a few years. My parents still ask me, is this money legal? And that's all I have for you.
All right. So yeah. So thank you for your insightful discussion. So let's continue the conversation. So Leo, I would love to hear your takeaway on these strategies and also challenge. And what do you think are the key points we need to focus on?
Yeah, I totally agree with Victor to make things as simple as possible. And of course, I have the same question from my friends and family members about my seem like shady digital things that they don't understand. Yeah, and we need to change that mindset. Like many people thinking crypto like is something very bad, very risky. And I believe that we need to change the perception that crypto and blockchains are solely about gambling and speculation. And when the entire market, from retail investors to venture capitalists, view it this way, the focus remain on the hype, the pump and dump project, the quick win and scam projects. And as a builder, I see blockchain as one of the most powerful technology capable of solving real world problems. And I think Bybit is doing very well with its blockchain for good program, bringing real use cases of crypto into everyday life. And during Token 2049 this year, I noticed that a significant growing focus on consumer apps, stablecoin, and crypto payments, which is the key and most important features of cryptocurrency. And I think the most effective strategy, in my opinion, is just to provide users with crypto apps that users can use right away in their daily life, like the Phison mobile app. And our goal is to make the app so easy even grandma can use, so no education needed. And I think this approach will help onboard many more users into the Web3 space. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
one of the So go ahead.
I mean, if I can just jump in, I mean, this is exactly something that I was telling for many years, that if people will start just using application and just enjoying the application, they don't need to understand that blockchain is underneath or crypto is underneath. The same way as when we're ordering Uber, we don't talk about TCP/IP or internet in general. We're just using an application on our phone. What is underneath doesn't really matter. It's just the functionality and usability of the application. And as Leo just said, if we can make crypto apps like that, which will be very beneficial to the users, and users don't need to actually understand what is actually happening underneath, but they will see the benefits of it, then we don't need to educate about the blockchain itself, the same way as we don't educate as much about internet or other protocols that internet is using.
Yeah, absolutely true. Yeah.
Okay, great. So thank you, Adrian, and also thanks to all our panelists to share such an insightful stuff today. So I'm going to hand over these things over to Rachel, so who will be hosting our giveaway and also the following session. Rachel, over to you.
Yes, great. Thank you so much. I think that's a lot of laughter just now. There's also a lot of serious topic that everyone need to pay attention. But yes, with all the enthusiasm, we're actually very close to unlocking the full amount of the $300 USDT prize pool. So yeah, just to make sure you actually keep on streaming this live stream, and we have a last section of the Q&A that we would want to address. I think we still have a few minutes to address them, so I think we'll look into the chat box and see what we have. 1 second, guys.
There's too many questions.
Yeah, there's so many questions. Okay, I think one of it is that, oh, great question. How to get involved in Ethereum Public Good initiative? I think it's referring to the hackathon, right? Yeah, I think maybe Adrian or James can answer this question.
Yeah.
The question was regarding public goods or the Attackathon?
I think
The public goods.
the public good initiative.
Okay, so I think James is more likely to answer that. Regarding Attackathon, I'm more than happy to talk after James gives his answer.
Okay.
There's many ways to be involved in Ethereum public goods. You can go to projects like Gitcoin or Drips. You could always go to Optimism, which is a layer 2, and look at their forum. They do retroactive grants. If you want to apply for a grant, then there's many different avenues in the Ethereum sphere. The Ethereum Foundation's one is called the Ecosystem Support Program. In terms of a lot of the stuff that you need to get involved with doesn't require any money. You can, for instance, go on the ethereum.org website, and it's all done on GitHub, so you can edit and request and do translations. I think that website has around 5,000 translators around the world, so you can get involved without being technical as well. There's many different ways to contribute to Ethereum public goods. If you want to do something local, like start a meetup, doesn't require much money. You can obviously do things like this as well.
Okay, great. Thanks for taking that question. So maybe Adrian, over to you if you want to go through how people can actually join the hackathon.
Of course. Thank you for giving me stage to talk about that. As I talk about security, and I will be continue talking to everyone in Web3 about security, because in my views, this is one of the most top 3 important things that the Web3 project can do and focus on. Ethereum, of course, is one of those projects who takes security really seriously, because if the Ethereum blockchain wouldn't be secure, not many people would actually use that. So we need to have that secure layer. So people who actually are building on top of Ethereum or building layer 2 solutions, zero knowledge proofs, etc., they can be rest assured, and also users who are interacting with Ethereum, that the network is secure, that nothing bad will ever happen. And one of the initiatives to actually elevate that even further is something that we call an Attackathon. This will be like almost 2 months audit competition. I don't think we have yet start on the date when this will happen. We're currently in the process of working with Ethereum Foundation to get more projects to actually sponsor this. So the prize pool will actually be much higher. And everyone will be invited, of course, to start hunting on Ethereum, submitting bugs through the Attackathon, because every bug that we'll find will just add that one little very important brick on top of the Ethereum Foundation security, which actually everyone will benefit from, because the Ethereum more secure is blockchain more secure and crypto more secure. So this is something that Imify has partnered with Ethereum Foundation to actually work on, and we're very happy with the progress that we're making. I don't think I can tell when this will yet happen, because this is still something that we're discussing internally. But if you want to understand more and potentially understand the updates regarding to Attackathon, you can visit imnify.com. When you visit that, there will be nice graphic showing regarding the Ethereum Foundation Attackathon.
Great.
And as with always in regards anything that Imnify does, security is on the front and building that trust with projects community. So
Great, perfect. Thank you so much for the insight. Yeah, I think I found a comment is really interesting, and everyone was like saying, I love what you guys are doing. It's so insightful, and I think it's a great message for all of us that we on this live stream right now. So yes, I think maybe we can take one more question.
Yeah, we take one more question. There's one from Wada. How can Web3 be leveraged to empower the community to deal with the local issues? Maybe Climate from My Level Planet. I would love to hear your insights.
Clement, you're
maybe on mute.
Yes, sorry, I was muted. So the question was, how can blockchain can be used to empower local communities, right?
Yeah. empower the local community to dealing with the issues.
Okay. So there are lots of ways, of course, and as we mentioned a lot of things during this this live. So first of all, of course, is to have we need to have user experience friendly tools so that anyone can use very easily the blockchain. So for example, for transferring funds, so that's the first thing, and of course, and the local communities. I really think one of the main challenges for local communities is really to connect to connect to others local communities, to feel that they are not struggling alone, because a lot of times, so if we are talking about, for example, social or environmental issues, a lot of communities are facing with the same kind of issues. So connecting with each other, that's the first thing. And the second thing also is to be able to connect to more donators, for example. And so blockchain can really help to do that, to do some crowdfunding, to do some tracking of the impact. So definitely, so blockchain can really help. I really think like connecting people in the local community, but also between them. That's really one of the key things that could help local communities to tackle those kind of challenges.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Great. Thank you so much, everyone, for the insights. I think that will be pretty much about this live stream. And yeah, once again, thank you everyone for tuning in, and also for all of our panelists for joining and sharing some of the most valuable insights. And again, I just want to shout out that Bybit will be hosting one of the largest trading competition, and we are going to give out amazing prizes, and you don't want to miss it. And in order for us to support all of this community built, and also the Techathon as well, and then we really want you to participate, and you can follow us on our social media, and also head over to our Bybit announcement page to take a look at some of our information as well. So if you guys don't mind me do a very last sharing, I'll just present the screen on where you can get some of this information over here on announcement. Yes. All you have to do is to go to our Bybit announcement page and take a look at the trading competition that we are hosting on 1st of October onwards. Just scroll all the way and learn more about the trading competition. You can actually see what are some of the events that's happening. Yeah, and I think if you're keen, please remember to join as soon as possible. The event is starting soon, and I think that's it for everyone. Yeah, so thank you so much everyone for joining the call today, and also the live stream. So don't forget to follow our social media, Bybit X account, and also our Bybit Web3 X account, and stay updated with our latest events and news. So we'll see you next time.
See you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.